Unlock Your Soul Radio with your host, Lorraine White.
Hello and welcome to Unlock Your Soul radio show. I am your host, Lorraine White. I am a life strategist and an intuitive, connecting you to your soul to find clarity and direction in your life. Thank you all for listening, for tuning into my show tonight, and happy Thursday. I'm so excited about this show today. Today's guest is Jill Borsos. She is an international transformation coach and cross-dimensional healer. Jill inspires people to live their greatest lives with passion, dignity, and honor. She identifies exactly what is holding you back and transforms the energy of thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and emotions in order to support your highest good. Now, Jill climbed the corporate ladder of success to senior manager of a global company in the financial industry, then courageously embarked on a career change, which resulted not only in Jill working for herself, but really embracing her purpose of serving others. Now, I became acquainted with Jill last year when I was exploring the idea of working with a coach who marries spirituality with a practical way of working. I had a free session with Jill, and then I also gave her a mini soul reading as well. I found Jill to be very passionate about her work and compassionate about others, in addition also to being a powerful healer and intuitive, and I look forward to speaking. So let's welcome Jill to the show. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Lorraine. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Hi, it's an absolute pleasure, Jill. I'm so happy, so glad that you're on the show, my second show. How has your day been today?
Beautiful. It's a sunny, lovely, cold, snowy day in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes, I know, because we're having snow as well tomorrow. It's due to come tomorrow. So it's going to be a cold one. Yeah, so Jill, we met last year, and I was really kind of taken by you and the way that you work. I found it all quite unique, and I'm so happy to have you on the show today. And I really wanted to have the opportunity for you to share your journey with us and inspire others, to go and live their purpose. Now, your journey has been very interesting because you started off in the corporate world and then you made the leap into the spiritual arena, let's say, and you're now living your purpose. And I wondered if you could tell us a bit about that journey and, when did you know that it was time to make that change?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it really was like an evolution. I studied a lot of material. I was just fascinated by teleseminars and books and some classes and workshops and retreats and all kinds of information that would help me grow personally. Nice. And then over time, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share what I learned, and I had a group, and then the group that met monthly to learn and share, that became a fair called the Dare to Be Aware Fair.
Okay.
And that was a way to help people find their way and to connect with someone that could serve them by some modality or practice or whatever. And then it also helped those practitioners get out into the world.
Right.
And so people knew me from the fair, they knew me from workshops, and one epiphany was that when people asked me what I did for a living and I told them I was a senior implementation manager, I always got a very surprised look on their face.
Because so they kind of felt that Yeah, they saw that you were like a square peg in a round hole type thing.
Yeah, so that was a clue
Yeah.
to me, like, boy, what would I be doing? And so
Yeah.
I always just knew that whatever I did next, it would be completely different, but I didn't know what, so I didn't really look for anything.
Yeah.
And that became a like a repeating sentence for me. Like, I don't know what it would be, but it would be completely different.
Right.
And so what really helped me make that decision, sometimes I feel like the mama bird, the universe, kind of pushes us out of the nest. And I had, when we don't know well enough to leave, right? So I had an opportunity where my job had ended due to an acquisition and duplication of jobs. And I had an opportunity to either stay in a different capacity or to move on.
Right.
And a really funny thing happened inside of me. I don't know, all of a sudden I just felt like, wow, this is it. This is my chance.
Yeah.
This is my chance to do something new and exciting.
Right. And so it feels like you were almost preparing for this opportunity that didn't come until you were made redundant, but it was like you were ready for it, really.
Yes, and little did I know I was ready for it.
Yeah.
But I was, and it took some soul searching and clearing of my own, kind of letting go of being that corporate person to clear out space to figure out what I wanted to do next.
Right. And so how did you let go of being that corporate person, or have you not completely let go?
Well, when I say let go, it was really just letting go of actually doing that job, right? So there's a part of that corporate person that obviously is very much a part of me. Yeah. And it really helped me be who I am, and I've been seeing more and more similarities between having that role and being in the role I'm in, the more that I reflect. But it was letting go of looking for another corporate job, having that role. And so I went to a retreat, like a very serious immersion of several days, and knew that was what I needed to do. I needed to just clear and just kind of empty everything out and start kind of bring in my family of origin, and so I went through that, and then I went right into the holidays, which was just perfect. And then I started the year with a clean slate.
Right. So and how long was that process? Because for some, it can take years to kind of, come to that kind of feeling of wanting to commit to this new career, let's say, this new way of being.
Yeah, so it was really, it's funny. It's like I never can put my finger on exactly what had happened, but I know I left my job in November, and then I went to that retreat and had the holidays, and then it was January, and then I really did some soul searching in January about what I want to do, and I think it was March that I decided to work with someone about solidifying my message, and that I really loved the coaching aspect of my corporate job. I really loved helping my staff step into their potential and let go of their fears, to become more comfortable with who they are, with other departments, and with working with the biggest banks in the country. So and I had training in that area as well. So it just seemed like, that seems to be the thing to do. So I decided to put up my shingle for coaching.
Yeah. Wow. And so obviously you had been, it sounded like you were prepared for this, but what about the people around you, like your friends and family? How did they receive this new Jill?
Yeah, so some of them, the closer friends were, they pretty much thought that this was perfect. They're like, oh, yeah, this is you. You got to do this. And some others, parents, right, they're a little nervous, like, are you really gonna be okay? And it's a big jump, so they were a little worried about my security. And other people, they were concerned that I left, a six-figure job to do this. Like, are you nuts?
Yeah. I know that one well. Yeah.
Yeah, like, why didn't you stick around in a different capacity and, look for a different job from there? And I just really followed my gut. I just knew I just had to do this. I couldn't even put it to words. And I even looked for other corporate jobs for a bit, and it just did not feel right.
Right.
And so everybody else kind of came along. It took some time for them to get used to the idea, but now everybody's so supportive.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like you were, very determined at that time. And what I do get from you generally as a person is that you are a very determined person, that you really have that strong kind of, like you're on a mission almost. And I just wondered, where do you think that comes from?
Yeah, I know you've asked me about that, and it's hard to put a finger on that too, but I know that part of it is knowing what we're capable of. I think it's my gift, well, I know it is, my gift to see the potential in others. And so when I know what's possible for them, I just so want them to have that. Yeah. So whether it was my staff or whatever, I wanted them to have whatever they need to get there.
Yeah.
And so that's part of it. And part of it, I know, though, even before, like when I was doing my own self-development and really transforming my own life, I was super driven. It was just like a calling. I took all these seminars, like every seminar my teacher offered within a little over a year. I took 5, 6 different seminars and retreats, and I was just very, very driven. I was just fascinated by the mind and the spirit and how it all works together and what we're capable of.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that when you know what you're about and when you are really embracing your passions and what you love, it's almost like nothing can distract you, because you have to really sit in that energy because it feels right, and so you have to, you know that you have to move forward.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That feeling like I have to do this, like I just know it. It's just a strong knowing that it's going to be okay. This is what I got to do. It feels right. I just got to keep going. It's just a perseverance of determination and staying in that knowing and just trusting it.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Okay, well, we are going to take a break now. We're coming through to halfway. It's gone so quickly already. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, I will be finding out some more about how Jill actually works with her clients. And also we've got a little surprise because I will be also asking Jill to share with us an exercise that you can do at home and something that will support you on your journey to living on purpose and unlocking your soul. Okay, so I will see you on the other side.
Unlock your soul. Free your life. Live your dream. You are listening to Unlock Your Soul Radio with Lorraine White every Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT.
and today I am talking to Jill Borsos, transformation coach, cross-dimensional healer, and intuitive. If you are just tuning in.
Yes, I am.
Lovely. Okay. So we were talking just before, just about your work and how you work, and I also mentioned, well, one of the reasons that you're on this show, and one of the reasons that I do find you quite intriguing is that you work in a very unique way, combining the methods of a traditional life coach with the techniques of a spiritual healer. And I wanted to really understand, how did you come to this way of working?
Very good. Yeah. So it again was an evolution. One of the things was that through my coaching, I recognized that people would have shifts while I was talking with them that were life-changing. And that was the feeling that I loved. It was just incredible to me that people could have these life-changing experiences while coaching with me. And I learned from one of my coaches that I needed to expand those gifts, to open up to all of my gifts, because I had an experience where I was able to read other people's energy, but it was only in this one circle in this one event, and I had no idea how to do it again. It was kind of like the stage was set and it just happened and it was amazing, but I didn't know how to do it again. And so I learned how to do energy scans, which opened up my intuitive ability so that I could do it on demand. And through doing those scans with people, I started realizing more and more about the energy. And so as I learned and played in that God space, the more that I realized I could shift energy, and the more I realized that I was actually doing healing work. Right.
That is powerful. And did you always know that you had that ability?
No, I didn't. I didn't even really understand it until I met that coach who said, you're a healer, and I never dreamt I would be a healer.
Yeah, because that's also what came up when I did the soul plan for you. In your soul plan, it really is clear that you are a healer. It's so strong in that, and that you're very powerful as well. And it's just amazing how it kind of all came out this way, because I feel as well that you may have had some experiences as when you worked in the corporate world, where you've said that you kind of just knew what people needed in terms of help and support, because that's a form of healing as well. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing what people need, or seeing what other people are missing.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's like having another level of vision or understanding.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so can you tell us, Jill, when people come to you, what can they expect from a session with you?
Yeah, so what I'd love to offer your listeners is a free energy scan, like you did with me. And so it's an opportunity for you to actually see exactly what's holding you back, and to also learn more about your gifts. And so I'm doing this intuitively. It only takes me 15 minutes or so to scan you, and I'm able to share all this information so that you have great awareness, which is the first step to transformation. Right. And it is a profound, as you know, it's a profound experience to have all that on the surface and to see exactly what's holding you back.
Yeah, yeah. And do the people that come to you, do they have to be spiritual, or do they have to be open to this for it to work?
No. That's the great thing about it, is that, most people are going to have some sort of belief in it to be open to it. But I have worked with some people who were brand new. They said right off the bat, look, I'm brand new to this kind of stuff. I have no idea I don't know how, what it can do, what it's about. I really don't know. I'm just really curious. And it doesn't matter. All the information comes from source, and it's all there. So it's nothing that you have to do. I'm doing all the work, me and source. So it's quite easy.
Lovely. And so do you, that's the spiritual aspect of your work. So when do you bring in the life coaching, the practical stuff?
Yeah, well, so a lot of people, when they see what's going on and they see exactly what's holding themselves back, they're at a choice point. Do you want to hang out with all that old energy, or do you want to change it? Do you want to transform it and really transform your life? And so when they decide to make a big, powerful choice to do that and take action and work with me, then really miracles happen, because the energy is starts shifting the moment they say yes and invest. All of their energy is in, and all of my energy is in, and then amazing things start happening. They get tremendous awareness. They get clarity, and with clarity they make decisions. With decisions they may do actions, and they start showing up different in the world. And when they start showing up different in the world responds differently to them, and they receive different results. They get confident and realize that they're unstoppable and liberated from all the things that are holding them back.
Wow.
So things get really exciting. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, Jill. Go on.
I said things just get really exciting from there, because then they start seeing the opportunities and taking advantage of the opportunities, and their life just takes on a new direction, and things are transformed. They have a whole new way, look on life, a whole new joy or peace or whatever it is they're looking for.
Yeah, it sounds really powerful and amazing. Well, I know that when you did the energy scan for me, I was really blown away with the information that you managed to come up with, and that was, what was that, 15, 20 minutes, so I know that it is powerful stuff. And so if my listeners want to get in touch with you, what's the best way of doing that, Jill?
Sure. They can go to my website, which is www.jill, which is Jill Borsos, which is BORSOS.com.
Thank you. Great.
And for the energy scan, they can just scan down to the bottom, and there's a click here button or click here, and they just click on that and fill it out. And when I see that they're from your show, the first 5 people are a definite in, the rest have to qualify.
Right. Excellent. So if you are listening, please do get in touch with Jill for that energy scan to change your energy, shift your energy, and change your life. Okay, so we've got 6 minutes left now, Jill, and I wanted to ask if you could share with us an exercise that will help my listeners who are...
It'll help your listeners. What was that, Lorraine? Seems like I don't hear you. I don't know if I'm gone or you're gone. So I'll just continue, and just if one of us is talking, I'm sure. So you asked me about an exercise that I can share, and I chose an exercise that I use a lot because I'm all about energy, and I know that when we can manage our energy, then we are that much more effective. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm feeling a little rattled, or maybe I've just need a shift in energy, so maybe I've just gotten done working with a client or whatever it is, then I do something called brush it off. And so it's the idea of that I am in total faith and trust that this is actually doing benefit for me. That is the most important thing, and the rest is just details. So you can create a process of your own, but what I like to do is just imagine that energy is on my skin almost like fairy dust, like little dust particles, sparkly particles, And then I just brush it off. I literally physically brush it off and shake it off all the way down my arms, my legs, even on my head, and I'll shake my hair as if it's all flying off. And when I'm done and I shake it off, I just feel refreshed and ready to tackle whatever it is next. I don't know, it just gives me this sparkly feeling of lightness and excitement.
Yeah, that sounds really amazing, and I think you're right, because a lot of the time when we have negative thoughts and feelings, we feel that we have to sit with it, when it is quite easy to just shake it off if you set that intention, and I suppose that's what that exercise is about.
Yes, it is, and it's really good between clients, or if you've just done some heavy, intense work, maybe mind work, maybe energy work, whatever it is, but just to shake it off. And it's almost like a Etch-a-Sketch, that game where you shake it and then you have a clean slate, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jill, for coming on the show. I'm going to try and fit one more question in, although we've got 3 minutes. Last question. You've had an amazing journey. You've got an amazing story. What's your greatest lesson and personal mantra as a result of that lesson?
Well, my greatest lesson is that taking a leap of faith can be the greatest experience of a lifetime. I know that I've taken multiple leaps of faith in my life, and they've always been amazing. And that's now what I help other people do, is take those leaps of faith.
Yeah.
So that is probably one of my biggest lessons that has become a very big part of me.
Right. Okay. So listeners, it is all about taking that leap of faith and just trusting and following your heart, your gut, and just knowing that everything will be okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, thank you for being an amazing guest, Jill. And thank you, listeners, for listening. And please join me again next week, Thursday, when I will be exploring another topic to help you unlock your soul, free your life, and live your dreams. Okay. Thank you.
Unlock your soul, free your life, live your dream. You are listening to Unlock Your Soul Radio with Lorraine White, every Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT.